G'day viewers, this is going to be part 2 of putting the carpet in. I'm pretty much in now, just putting the all around the edges, putting holes in for the seat belts and seats, and yeah, so that'll do it. Okay, so first up, working out where to trim all this extra stuff. It's only a few inches off, but it won't go the way it is, so we'll trim off a bit, and it's just a matter of working out exactly where to trim it. I've got it reasonably in the middle when I put it in, so that helps a bit. Now, not sure how well you can see here, but it seems like it's got to be trimmed just snug with the edge of this, and pretty much in a straight line across the top of this panel to match up with the same place on the other side. Then it gets a little more tricky having a bit of a little deviation under that plastic piece of trim that goes across. Now technically this vinyl should have stopped about here somewhere, but well, that's where it did finish up, and I think it looks alright, so that's how I'm going to leave it. Yeah, so the trick, like I said, I'm just going to use a paint pen just to put a few dots along the edges where I need it to be. Hold the carpet in place, and a few dots along here for a marker, and I'm just going and that gets to be a real pain in the ass. Now this part here, it buckles up and carries on, but we'll see if I can do something about that after I've got it cut to the size. Yeah, it's a little challenging, but there are a few dots there. I'll just literally go along, join the dots, give myself a cut in the line. Okay, so there's a line to there. Now, well, you can see that, but anyway, little line to there. Now I'll do the same at the front, come back and try and work out this middle section. After that, it's a little bit more awkward sitting on the floor in there trying to do it. Okay, so now you can see I've marked a line there, which should finish up about along with that. Now we want to come down underneath this plastic thing that I just put in place. Right. Now the trick is to stay as snug as we can to the top without going past the top. They just clip in place there, not much job. Okay, so I'll mark that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to video it. It's a little awkward with a fat prick like me in here trying to do this. But yeah, that's all I'm going to do. I'll have that in place, fold the carpet along the edge and put some marks. I've already marked the front, and we'll go from there. Now, when you have a shoulder replacement, they give you a long list of things not to do. They didn't say don't put carpet in a car. They probably should have, because it hurts like a fucking bastard. Anyway, we'll see how we go, see if I can get it in. Okay, well, I couldn't video cutting it. For some reason, just laying on my side on my shoulder killed me trying to cut it. So anyway, it was really straightforward, just a sharp Stanley knife, and yeah, just cut your way through it nice and steady as she goes, and it worked pretty easy. Okay, so if you're doing an XY, don't lose these. Boy, are they expensive. Happily I didn't lose mine, but I did notice that they sell them. I knew I had it a second ago, but they hide really good. Okay, so the other upside to using your old ones is the holes line up, nice and easy. There's a couple of screws in there. Okay, yeah, the wind lacing probably would have come down to there. I don't know if it's shrunk or old age or what, but it doesn't reach quite. But anyway, shit happens. Okay, so that just get the carpet under that. Now we've got a little bit of a bulgy carpet deal going on here. It's not going to want to go where I want it to. So what I did discover is you can use a heat gun to try and shrink it a little bit. Okay, so just not too much, but don't overdo it. So makes it a little sticky. Okay, so we can just do that. Like so, and it forms fairly nicely. Let's hold it there for a couple of seconds while it dries because the metal's nice and cool still. Okay, there you go. What do I reckon? Winner chicken dinner. Okay, so just I'll put that on. It may or may not stay there. Just hook some on the ends of these joins where the wind lacing goes on. And you see I put a little paint dot down here just to mark where the seatbelt hole is, which we'll get to later. The other ones I can push a pointy thing through the body. That one being a blind hole is a bit more problematic. Okay, so put that little plastic thing on, put this one in place. Now it's just this. Assuming I haven't cut anything too short, hopefully. And it should be just a case of line up the holes and put the screws in, I hope. It just barely fits under everywhere. And if you make it too long, it's going to all be sitting under this and push all this up. So It's a fine line to get where you want it to be. And, oh, come on. And as you can see, for some reason, ventilation comes up half inch short. Now, pull it around, it's going to be shorter on the other end, so I don't know. It's old, it is what it is. Make sure I've got all that tucked under there nicely. I don't know, maybe I should have measured the original ones of these. I've got them upstairs somewhere. Maybe they're longer. A bit peculiar, but anyway. A little bit of feel required doing these up. They do sort of form to the car that last little bit, those last few turns. But if you go too far, they'll strip, because they're not actually a hole, they're more of a slot. And anyway, that's that one. Got one to go. Okay guys, I was going to show you putting all the seat belts in, but my shoulder's killing me, so I'll show you how I make the holes for the seat belts in the carpet, and the rest of it's pretty straightforward anyway. Alright, here it is. Okay, so based on that, we'll just use a sharp pick to find the hole. That my white mark gives me an idea. That was close. Rather than hack it out with a Stanley knife or something, like I used to do, what seems to work is, if you've got an old solder iron with a point on it, put that through there, and it makes a nice little hole. It cauterises the carpet around the edges. No dags. Let's see if that's going to fit. Okay, so close, a little bit more. Okay, hopefully. Okay, so just because I'm trying to show you, it's been a bit of a bitch, but that's the gist of it. It's made a fairly nice hole, a little bit of farting around, and that'll go in there. And just repeat on the rest, and same for the seat holes. Okay, we'll go again when I get up to something else.